Welcome to Great Food. So, you want to know the best place to eat on a Wednesday night? Your house. Thanks to my next guest, who's the grateful chef, Brandy Lueders, you can have wonderful chef-driven food in the comfort of your own home. Welcome, Brandy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Glad you're here. So, what are you going to make for us today? You've got a lot of stuff here.
I do have a lot of stuff. Today I'm going to show you this fun piece of equipment called a spiralizer. We use it in the kitchen quite often, especially in the summertime when zucchini is abundant. So I'm going to be doing a spin on pad thai that is going to be a zucchini pad thai, making zucchini noodles. So we're going to go ahead and I'll show you how this works. We just cut both ends off. Slip this guy right on here. This is really fun.
I know, it looks so fun.
Yeah, it is fun, and it's extremely easy to do. Whoop. And you just crank it.
That is so cool. I mean, I love that because it's like, especially for people who are gluten-free or, healthful or whatever, they love these noodles. And frankly, we always have too much zucchini, so this is just one more fun way to serve it.
Yeah.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about your Grateful Chef dinners.
Okay.
I've partaken. I mean, once I did it once, I'm like hooked. This is what I do on Wednesday nights now.
Yeah.
You basically, tell us about them.
So each week I create a new menu on Thursdays, and that menu goes out to people through an email, and we also post it on our website.
There's a picture of when you go pick up the food, you've got it all packaged. It's sort of grab and go. You pay and you're in and out in like 2 minutes.
Yes.
And then you go home and you just, if there's some salads, if there's salads, you just put them in a pretty plate, and you can. I've taken credit for them myself. But you can, or you can heat them up if it's a soup like that, which is amazing.
Yep.
And you just grab and go. So, but you have to. The key is you have to order it by Monday.
Yes.
And then pick it up on Wednesday between 4 and 6.
Exactly. 4 and 6:30.
At the Wallace. At the Wallace.
Yeah, and that cycle is the same each week. So once you get into it, it's pretty easy to remember what you need to do.
Right. And
so
you
just
place
your order and show up to pick up your food, and you have a dinner that's pretty much ready to go.
You know what I like too is you can get, most restaurateurs will let you get food to go, and and that's great, but it's not really their forte. But your food seems to be really designed to, every time I've taken it home and reheated it, it's food that tastes good reheated.
Right.
So you don't have, so you've really thought about that.
Exactly. Each week when I sit down, I have to think about all those little details about how food is going to be reheated, just what the quality of it's going to be like, what's the best way to reheat something. There's definitely a lot of thought that goes into it each week. So
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So good. And what I think is interesting is, you say that it's somewhat helpful, and every time I've had it, it seems like you use a lot of fresh vegetables.
Yep.
You do some, there's always a vegetarian component to it.
Exactly.
And which is great. So, or you have one, sometimes you have something vegan. So you really, and for us carnivores, you generally have something, with meat as well.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of something that a lot of people really like about what we do, is that we offer each week almost at least 2 or 3 different gluten-free options. There's usually at least one vegan option, vegetarian, a meat option. In the summertime, we utilize the Wallace house where our kitchen is. They have a CSA, so we try to get a lot of our produce through them. It's really fun, and as you can tell from what we're making today, my favorite thing is all about color and texture and just having fun with food.
And that's exactly right. The color and texture. Whenever I've taken anything home, the colors and textures are still intact. As much as I love taking home like Asian takeout, sometimes you get it home and it's just not as vibrant as it was in the restaurant.
Yep.
And I love that. The other thing I like about the Wallace House is it's in Sherman Hill, so if you are coming home from downtown, swing, you have to order in advance, but then you swing by and you've got dinner, maybe pick up a bottle of wine at Gateway or something, and which is just down the street, and you've got a great meal. And I've been at dinner parties where people have served your food.
Yeah.
And which is really, it's just like, I didn't cook, this was Grateful Chef.
Right. Yeah, and I love that. We have so many people who are busy because they've just, they're just too busy, or they don't know how to cook, or they've got young children at home and they just don't have time, and they'd rather be spending that time with their kids than having to worry about dinner. And that's where we come in, is they come and pick up their food and they're set. Right. I always tell people, if I wasn't doing this for people, I would be doing this for my own family. Because I struggle with the same issues, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to know if you get, like you say, get in your program and, you know, just sort of get into the system.
Right.
It's nice to know what you're going to do on Wednesday night.
Yep.
You know, it's just sort of like, I know what I'm going to do Wednesday night. Yep. You know, it's what I'm going to eat, and you know, it's always terrific. And I also think it's pretty reasonably priced for, you know, it's not as high end as restaurant food, but it's also not, you know, your, you know, fast food or supermarket deli food. We like those, you know, the supermarket deli food is fine, but when you want something just a little, you know, like high quality, chef driven, you can do your food without, you know, without spending the you know, restaurant prices.
Exactly.
So what are the prices?
The prices are our entrees that serve they're 4 servings. Those are $30 each. You can also do a half order of the entrees, and those are $15. And then we do each week generally a soup and a salad, and those are sold by the quart, and those are $10 each. So that's pretty much the staple each week. And then outside of that, there may be a add-in here or there, and the, you know, the price depends on what that is. But for the most part, you can be guaranteed each week. You know what your food is going to cost. You can. We have a lot of people who will do like a half order of each entree, a soup and a salad, and that will feed their family all week long. You know?
I love that. Yeah. I think that's great. And you know, you get was it a quart of salad? And one time I got like a couscous salad, and it was really super fresh and wonderful. One night I served it with salmon, and then the next night I like served it with a steak. So it was just sort of like this thing that carried me through the week.
Yeah, and I love that. I love people like you who can think like that and think, well, I'm going to add something to it, and you can really stretch the food out and get a lot out of it. So
all right. So where are we at here?
We are, yes. So I've got the I sauteed the shrimp. I added the zucchini noodles. I added some bell peppers. I have a sauce that I made and threw that in there. And right now the zucchini is just kind of, we don't want it to be mush, but we just want it to be steamed just a little bit.
Right.
And when we put it on the plate, then we'll garnish it with some chopped peanuts and some more herbs. So this is another thing I would say, my style. I love different textures of food. I love to have different colors, and just like I said before, food should be fun, and I just try to show people each week, you know, how you can do that.
Well, we're just about out of time. So let's just take a real good look at this. You're adding some lime in it. Can you guys get a good, can you camera dudes get a good look at this beautiful dish? Oh, we need to push it up there. There we go. Look at all those colors. That is so amazing. And so you're going to put a few peanuts on it.
Some peanuts, and finish it with some fresh herbs, and you've got a great, healthy, light, tasty meal.
That you didn't have to cook yourself.
That you did not have to cook yourself.
But you can enjoy it in your own home.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Like I say, I'm a huge fan already. This is something I do, so I can't say enough about it.
Great.
So
thank you, and thanks for having me.